Hello, friends. My name is James Hopkins, and as always, I'm joined by my good friends Bryan Castiglione and Anthony Alessino, as well as my younger brother, Jack Hopkins. On this show, we're all about parlays, overs, unders, spreads, and money lines. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Parlay-Vous. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Parlay-Vous podcast. We got a full house today, and it is NFL Week 7, and we are not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into the action. Probably follow suit as the last couple of weeks have. The second podcast is usually tighter, faster, not as much fluff and nonsense, and we're going to try to keep it like that today. We're going to go right into handicapping. Last week, Jack secured a record of 9 wins and 4 losses. Bryan secured a record of 9 wins and 4 losses. Jimmy secured a record of 7 wins and 6 losses. Jack overall record 44, 37, and 4. Bryan's overall record missed a few games, a few weeks, 25, 17, and 1. And my overall record is 44, 37, and 4.
So we're tied after
We're
last
deadlocked.
week. What was my record of the week?
9 and 4.
Good
You
week.
guys zagged me on
I know I got you guys on the Jets.
I was just saying, did we
Jack.
lose?
Jack zagged.
Got us on the Cardinals.
Jack got us on the Chargers.
Yep.
Oh. And the Cardinals.
You both zagged me on the Giants. Cardinals.
Cardinals didn't wind up covering that
Yes,
game.
Jack got us both on the Cardinals as well.
Yeah.
They did.
But then
Wait, they
You
covered?
picked Green Bay. But
I picked Green Bay.
didn't
I was
cover,
gonna say, yeah.
Bryan got one on me on Cincy, and he got one on both of us on Buffalo, and then the other one he got on Jack was you took Jacksonville in the London game.
Yeah. Safe to say that won't be this
Other
week.
than that, we all hit, like, we had a run of fire here from Pittsburgh, Detroit, Atlanta, Cincinnati, Buffalo is a nice little end of the card. And then in the middle of the card, we had Indy, Houston, Tampa Bay. So we went on a few runs.
Well, at this point in the season, now we know what teams are. We're not doing too much soul searching anymore, especially for the identity of these teams.
More or less.
So now everything's kind of fallen back to where it used to be. This is where I like it because this
Does
is where
anyone
I'm.
have the spreads out?
Brian, do you
I
still have them
my
up?
phone. Oh, I thought I had Bleacher Report. It was TikTok.
But we're at the point where it's a lot less searching for the spread, and
I
it's a
hope
lot
the
more.
video's on.
I hope it is too.
Yeah,
You want me to check? I'll give it a check.
No, I don't care because I'm not. If it's not on, there's just no video.
Okay.
I think it is on though.
But we're at the point where it's what's the spread gonna be because this team's gonna have the advantage, unless Vegas is mixing it up on us. And you know what? They don't mix it up too much, but when they do, the book knows something that we don't. So that being said, we're gonna fucking handicap or what?
Yeah, let's get into it with this bullshit ass London game.
Give me the Pats.
So it's minus 5.
Don't
and a
even
half
need
is
the spread. Give me the Pats.
Jack said Pats +5.
The Jaguars fucking suck.
I'm gonna take the Jaguars. It's 5, right? Or
Yeah,
5?
5.5. I'll take the Jags too.
What's the next game?
Next game is going to be Detroit versus Minnesota. Minnesota's minus 1.5.
Jack.
Sorry, it was what game is it?
Detroit. We're
Detroit.
working here. Detroit, Minnesota.
Detroit,
minus 1.5.
Minus 1.5. Detroit just hung 50 on Dallas. Minnesota coming fresh off a bye week. This is the game of the week right here. Minnesota's undefeated still.
Yeah.
Give me Detroit.
Yeah, give me Detroit too. Public seems to be swaying Detroit too.
Give me shotgun Sam Donald. Minus 1.5 coming off the bye. Have extra week to prepare. Figure out what we can get done against this Detroit defense. No Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big thing
Sucks.
too.
Understatement.
I mean, overreaction or underreaction? No Aiden Hutchinson.
What do you mean? Would I rephrase that?
Is it an overreaction from the book or an underreaction from the book with no Aiden Hutchinson?
I don't necessarily know how much that impacts the spread, but I know it impacts.
I know he was like
Lions
top 5 in
defense.
sacks,
Yeah.
so I'll go underreaction because they might be missing him sorely. But we'll see.
Perhaps.
Brian Branch though is an all-star.
Brian Branch is great.
Next up, it's Bills versus Titans. Bills -9. And the 9 scares me.
Hold on, let's
It doesn't
think
scare.
about
It
this.
doesn't scare me one bit.
You taking Buffalo?
That
Buffalo
Buffalo
minus
defense
9.
is spotty here and there, but what do they have now that they didn't have? They have a receiver who might play, who's a possibly, if at worst,
They
a
got
1A.
Taylor Rapp playing like a fucking cannonball.
And what's his name?
Yeah. He was all over the place.
The AJ Epinesa is slowly becoming one of the best,
AJ Epinesa is
better
good
edge
too.
rushers in the league. Better, not best. I hate it, but I'll go Buffalo. I see that turning against me.
Yeah, I'll go Buffalo too.
I'd rather die on that sword, you know?
Next up, we got Eagles going to MetLife, Giant Life Stadium. I don't know why I said the wrong name. Phillies -3.
Philly -3.
Mm-hmm.
Against the Giants.
Yeah.
League neighbors coming back.
He might be.
I'll look at the injury report.
He practiced today. I know that.
I'm taking Big Blue +3.
Yeah.
League neighbors officially limited this today, but a participant going through concussion protocol, probably going to be back.
I'll take the Giants too. They beat the Eagles once a year usually for no reason.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, but did they already?
I don't
beat
care
them
really.
for no reason.
I don't really care if Malik Neighbors is going to play in this game or not. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are not a very good football team.
Also, no Boston Scott, so no nightmares for the Giants fans.
True.
Who knows? He might sign a one day just cause. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna go the Giants.
All right,
I was
next-
hoping we were going to zag him
Maybe. No. He knows. He wants to score. He wants to stay.
I had a record to beat, homie.
We got the Bengals go into Cleveland. Bengals are -6.
Bengals.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Bengals too. Like we were saying before, the Browns are
I think this is a weird game. This is a weird scoring game. I think this game ends something like 18-9.
I probably won't touch this game betting, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
But-
it's a nightmare. The only bet I'd ever make inside of that game is a Jamar Chase touchdown or a
Yeah.
T Higgins touchdown, who's tearing it up
there.
now.
Part of me really wanted to take Cleveland, but I'm just going to do the smart thing and take Cincinnati. But I think this is going to be closer. I really do. I think it's going to be a closer football game.
Next up, we got Texans traveling to Green Bay to take on the Packers, and it's Packers -3.
Pack attack.
The only thing that makes me nervous about Pack Attack is Texans' defense is okay. They're not bad.
No Nico
But-
Collins.
I'm going to take the Packers because their offensive production, as good as the Texans' defense is, like I said, their offense has been absolutely insane.
Yeah,
Jaden Reed is the
I'm-
second coming of Debo.
I'm also going to take Green Bay.
I mean, they have multiple guys who can play outside on the perimeter, and they have a guy who can play wide back and slot receiver and wide out. You know, they're in for a treat. You know,
Next up, we got the Seahawks traveling to Atlanta, and it's Atlanta -3.
ATL.
Yeah, I'm going to take ATL too. I kind of feel like this is a little
Yeah.
too low.
I'm starting to really
But-
like this Falcons team. No, I think the spread's just right.
Yeah.
I do.
Next up, it's going to be Dolphins traveling to Indianapolis to take on the Colts, and it's Colts -3. And I gotta just take the Colts. Miami
Yeah.
looks pretty devoid of anything, honestly.
They have the man known as AR-15 starting this week, so it'll be 8 completions on 20
Are you
attempts.
taking Indy -3? We're not
I'm
predicting
taking
you
Indy
guys' stat line.
-3. Being a real jabroni right now, Jim.
Next up, we got the Commanders.
Hold on. No.
Got him. Hook, line, and
How
sinker.
did I start the show? How did I start this
Keep
episode?
it
Reel
tight.
it
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep it tight. We're gonna keep it right. There's not gonna be a lot of fluff, right? And this guy's going, yeah,
He's
you know,
fluffing it up.
I don't know. I mean, fucking 8 for 20, maybe. Fucking 275 and 2 tutties.
What are you ordering a bagel at Yom
One on the
Kippur,
ground.
dude? Let me get a bacon, egg, and
That's
cheese.
fucking you,
salt,
dude.
pepper.
No, enough now. Now you shut up unless it's picking a line. You shut up now. Okay, what's the next game?
Next game is going to be the Panthers traveling to FedEx, or whatever it is now, stadium to take on the Commanders. And it's Commanders -8.
The Panthers are just such dog shit that I'm
Yeah.
gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it too.
Commanders.
Yeah, absolutely. Next we got the Raiders traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. Rams are -6.5.
Rams.
Yeah, I agree. Cup
Rams.
comes back.
Raiders another team kind of in disarray. This year,
Shadur
finally,
Sanders, you are an Oakland Raider. Or a
finally
Vegas Raider.
two powerhouses, maybe. Who knows? Kansas City Chiefs traveling to San Francisco to take on the Niners. Niners -1.5. And I'm going to take the Chiefs.
I'm also going to take the Chiefs. San Francisco with no disco. Talking about CMC.
Give me the San Francisco 49ers. Gotta get a Zag in here at some point.
We got the New York Jets traveling to the Steel City to take on the Steelers. Jets are -1.5.
Let me explain something to you, Bryan. If the New York Jets lose to Mr. Worldwide on primetime football, I am going to do multiple wind sprints across fucking 83 and see what happens to
Oh,
myself.
this is content. Perfect. Give me the Steelers multiple +1.5.
I'm taking the Jets.
Okay.
Brian, that was a scared look you just gave me.
I'm going to take the Steelers.
One of 2 Monday night games.
Baltimore Ravens traveling to Tampa Bay to take on the Bucks. Ravens are -3.5. Man, is it interesting?
Give me the Tampa Baker Bucks plus 3.5.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take it too. Ravens defense, pass defense not too great.
Final answer?
Bucks. Yeah. Yeah, they could lose this game by a field goal. Realistically.
Yeah. Are you having an aneurysm or
A little bit.
do you need medical help?
No.
This guy's loaded with people who can help you. A couple of cops, couple of firemen, an EMT, a nurse. What do you need?
An account?
Actually, all
Technically, they're all EMTs. so.
I'll take the Bucks +3.5.
Last game on the slate. The Los Angeles Chargers traveling to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Chargers are -2.5. Marvin Harrison may be out. He has not out.
No.
Oh, yeah, he had a concussion. Well, may have a concussion. This one's tough. I think I want to go to Arizona, but give me Arizona.
I as well. I'm taking Arizona plus 2.5.
I'm trying to find the Chargers game. There it is. Give me the Chargers -2.5.
You got them. They're all yours. Yeah, we transfer on over to college ball, correct?
Sure.
Correct, Mundo. Where are my college picks? There they are. Everyone calm down. Last week I came into the week 6-8-1. Got banged up a couple of weeks. I haven't been doing as well this year as I'd like to, but we kind of took a couple of steps in the right direction this week. We covered Texas minus 14.5 versus Oklahoma. We certainly covered Oregon +3 over Ohio State, which I wanted to talk about, so I'm glad we're going to come back to that one. And then we had Boise State at Hawaii. Spread was minus 21. They won by exactly 21. It's a push. We go 2-0-1 in the week. We're at 8-8-2 so far this season. Let's talk about Oregon real quick. I don't know, Brian, you definitely didn't watch the Oregon game. Oregon playing against Ohio State, up by a field goal with less than a minute left in the game, basically. Dan Lanning, the nuts on Dan Lanning, my coach of the Oregon Ducks, goes out there. They're like nearing field goal range, but they're not quite there. They need some yards to get in field goal range here. Dan Lanning intentionally puts fucking 12 men on the field so that way it would stop the clock and move them up 5 yards and convince them to fucking run one more play with 7 seconds left. And Will Howard fucking got the yards he needed on a scramble and slid with 0 seconds left.
Really?
He was trying to slide to get the timeout, slid with not enough time left. They didn't even get to kick a field goal. Oregon comes out winners. So the intentional use of the 12 men on the field. The theory is with the 12 men on the field, you would put the 12 guy on the field. They do not score on this play. You do not let them score, no matter what happens. As long as they don't score, the clock's going to stop no matter what, and they're going to have to kick a field goal. The worst thing that happens is overtime. You just the big fucking loophole in this plan is you cannot get scored on.
Yeah.
But Dan Lanning is a good coaching moment, good little way to work the system to your advantage there. They did it on purpose. Like, make no mistake about it. They intentionally put 12 guys on the field. Jack, how we do last week? Do you know?
Not awesome. Holy Toledo got fucking blown out by Buffalo. So, that was in no effect. Pitt got backdoor covered on by Cal. And Colorado covered 4.5 against number 18 Kansas State. Lost by a field goal. So 1-2 on the week. So better week this week.
What do you got for us? Or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
I got Bama at Tennessee, Rocky Top. Bama's had a stretch of 2 tough games in a row here. I'm going Rocky Top, Vols +3. Next up we have Texas Agricultural and Mechanical University at Mississippi State University. Texas A&M is playing fucking big boy, run it down your throat, make you bleed for it football right now. So in that, gig 'em, Aggies -16. Then we got another big matchup in college football. We have this is an SEC matchup now. I forget Texas is in the SEC now, right?
Yep.
Number 5, Georgia, going to Austin to take on number 1, Texas Longhorns. Give me the Longhorns -5.
Yeah. Well, we'll start first with my favorite pick of last week. The Louisiana State Tigers did beat Ole Miss last week. It was 9-13 in that matchup, won by a field goal. Good win for LSU. So we're going to run it.
Loss for Ole Miss.
Big loss for Ole Miss.
Cannot lose another game and still make the playoffs.
Well, this new playoffs, we'll see what happens.
No, there's no way.
Was Ole Miss SEC?
There is no way. Yes. No way.
Oh, yeah, they're done.
No way a 3-loss team
First of all,
gets an at-large bid.
Hold on.
Shot.
They're cooked because they can't even win the division now. You would have to go through Bama, UGA, and fucking...
It's this simple. No team with 3 losses is going to get an at-large bid. It's not going to happen.
Well...
Yeah, they cannot lose another game. They already have 2.
But this week we're running it back. Louisiana State University -2.5 going to Arkansas. Arkansas is a little frisky this year, but nothing that LSU should be afraid of. If you can take down Ole Miss in the SEC, you can take down Arkansas in the SEC. Next up, we're going to move over to the flame-throwing Mormons, if you will. BYU -9.5 versus Oak State at home. They're on fire right now. Sometimes you got to ride the hot hand. When you're hot, you're hot. Just like the Mets right now. So, shout out baseball. We don't really got a baseball guy right now, so. And finally, my matchup, my favorite matchup of the week. The Duke Blue Devils are playing the Florida State Seminoles at Wallace Wade Stadium, where the Wade Wackos will run over the Seminoles. Give me Duke -3.
I love this kid. I just noticed that I picked 3 SEC games. And it's like, I always kind of pick higher profile games for the most part. And then Jack's coming in with Duke, BYU. Honestly, ACC and...
Wait, Big 12, Big 10?
I'm not
Big 12, I think.
They're not Mountain West BYU?
No,
No,
Mountain West is all
no,
West
but
Coast.
in weeks past, you've had Buffalo and, you go for the not necessarily group of 5 schools, but the lower end of the Power 4.
Because anything can happen in those games.
No, 100%. It's just a stylistic thing. I used to always go hunting in the Sun Belt Conference and the MAC.
Well, everyone loves the Sun Belt and the MAC because they have to brand well. The Sun Belt's so fucking
the MAC
big.
is where nonsense happens.
Exactly. Or, rest in peace, Pac-12 after dark. But I had a pretty diverse slate. BYU, Big 10, Big 12. Well, what's Oak State? Are they Big 10, Big 12? I think they're Big 12, Oak State.
Sure.
But I'm pretty sure BYU would be. Well, that's. Yeah, I'm having a little brain fart there. But I have a SEC matchup, a Big 10 or Big 12 matchup, and an ACC matchup. I went pretty big this week.
As they say in gambling.
Let's do that gambling.
Sorry, I'm fluttering around here with my paperwork.
Well,
Alright,
to start, I
so-
do like ATL.
Once again, last week, the BDSOW did not hit.
As it never will.
That's okay. One of these days it might. It was Colts money line, Jets money line, Giants money line, Commanders money line, Jags money line, Shock Guy, aka Brian Robinson anytime, Dontavian Wicks anytime, Alec Pierce anytime, Jamar Chase anytime. That was plus 288,000. In the regular slate of betting, we laid 500 on Tampa Bay -3.5 to pay back 476. Then we parlayed Detroit -3 and Atlanta -6. Played 400 to win 1,046. Lost 100 on the BDSOW. That's a net positive of $1,422, and our bankroll now sits at $3,363.
Nice. Better than last year.
Way better than last year.
So I kind of agree with Jack. I like the Falcons.
I like the Falcons a whole hell of a lot too.
Do we want to stay with what made us money last week? Same strategy.
Yeah, why not? Want to put 500 on the Falcons? Is that the one we love?
I mean, I feel.
I mean, the Dolphins do suck, right?
They do.
Yeah, they got Snoop
Should we
Humphrey
parlay
quarterback.
those two?
Parlay the Falcons and the Colts.
Yeah.
Falcons and the Colts would be plus 276. So.
Do we like that?
Get you 1380.
Do we like
I'm
that?
with that. Are you with that, Jack?
I like that.
ATL -3. Indy -3. 500 to win what?
1380.
To win 1380?
Yeah. Yeah, I did the quick math.
Love
When it's
that.
easy, I can do it. It's not always easy.
All right, so then put 100 aside for the BSOW. We have 400 remaining. Do we like the Packers?
I mean, as I'm looking through the slate, it feels like the safest, honestly.
That or Washington, but the 8-point spread is
The 8 points
scary
kind of
hours.
high. Yeah. I do like the Packers, and like Jack said before, no Nico Collins, so Jair Alexander's going to be chilling with Diggs for a minute.
400 on Green Bay -3.
Yeah, I could get with that.
That would be 400 to win 392.
All right. So that gives us a total potential net winnings of 1,700 and some change. Now, you all love it. You all live for it.
I live for it. I don't know if you all love it.
I liked last week's.
Last week's is a lot, but you know,
It's what we call Powerball time.
you can't fly too close to the sun. But this week, the BDSOW.
But
Oh
this week-
man,
The scroll up is
Can we
crazy.
get to plus 500,000?
no, because DraftKings won't allow it. I've tried. So this week, the BDSOW got very lucky because we have two teams who are powerhouse teams going up against teams where they're underdogs. So the BDSOW benefits greatly from that. So to start, we have the New England Patriots money line against the Jacksonville Jaguars in London.
Love it.
Got the Detroit Lions money line against the Minnesota Vikings. We got the Kansas City Chiefs money line at the San Francisco 49ers. And we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers money line against the Ravens. We got Hunter Henry for an anytime touchdown. David Montgomery for an anytime touchdown. Kareem Hunt for an anytime touchdown.
Hold on. Okay.
And Derrick Henry for an anytime touchdown. Now you might say to yourself, betting those single, Jack, those are some pretty small odds. You know, those aren't great odds. Derrick Henry minus 230 for an anytime. Kareem Hunt minus 115. There's no value there, my friends. The value is not in the picks. The value is in the swing. Okay? It's the act of doing the bet itself. Those 8 picks bring us to plus 27,773.
27,753.
So 100 brings back 27,783. Yep.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
I mean,
that's how
not
it
as
goes.
big as not the biggest swing we've
It's
taken.
way smaller than last week's swing, but it's a swing nonetheless.
It's still a swing nonetheless. I mean, listen, you got.
plus 27,000. It's still Powerball time.
I mean, dude.
It's still stop at 7-Eleven on the way home and get a quick pick.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, we got the Lions who are playing beautiful football.
If they sold quick picks for 5-leg touchdown parlays, I would buy one every week instead of picking.
James,
That was
hold
good.
on. Live odds adjustment. You're gonna have to correct the odds on that.
Oh my God! Okay. Correct the odds.
The odds have gone from 27,700 whatever bullshit to 28,714.
Wow, almost got a whole extra $100 on a $28,000 payout. I love that. So that's locked in.
And $5 on that would win you $1,440.
The BDSOW, Patriots money line, Lions money line, Chiefs money line, Bucks money line. 4 anytime touchdowns. Hunter Henry, David Montgomery, aka Knuckles. Kareem, they're calling them Sonic and Knuckles now. Him
Interesting.
and Gibbs.
Wow.
Kareem Hunt and Derrick Henry, and that's, we just said 100 to win $28,714. Then 400 on Green Bay minus 3. We've determined it's one of the safest lines on the board. That's going to win back 392. And then we parlayed the other 2 quote unquote safest lines on the board, ones we feel the most confident about. Atlanta Falcons minus 3, Colts minus 3, 500 pays back $1,380. Hopefully it's a bountiful week of gambling.
Yeah, maybe we can go back to back.
Go back to back. We're on a bit of a roll right here. We had
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 bad weeks, but for the most part, we're really doing it this year.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
so-
fun.
Right now, by the time this airs, I'll be waking up or still sleeping, but getting ready for my first full day in Vegas this weekend.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
we're gonna beat up the book and we're gonna beat up the casino.
Nice.
Hopefully, maybe.
And you'll probably have
Yeah.
good weather 'cause it's October. It'll be like 90 degrees outside.
No, it's supposed to be like mid to high 70s.
Yeah, it's
anyway.
perfect.
Yeah, it should be lit. I'm excited. Hoping I have everything I need packed. I did the thing where you just packed everything. I'm like, I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Right.
You know what it was?
What?
The wristbands.
Oh,
Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, for sure.
definitely need those.
For certainly.
So this is fun. Even though this podcast will air after the Thursday night game, I do have a bet here that I like. The Broncos minus 3, under 37, and both quarterbacks to throw an interception.
Interesting.
That's fantastic stuff. And what's the odds on that?
Plus 950, and they're giving out a Thursday night parlay boost,
Wow.
and I'm getting plus 1,264.
So that's
The
Broncos money line under
Broncos
37.
spread
Broncos
-3, the under, and both quarterbacks to throw
quarterbacks
interceptions.
throw a
It's
pick.
really not impossible.
I mean, 10-1, you got to.
Yeah, it's
You
really
have to.
not impossible.
I was just say that feels like
That follows the game script completely.
Yeah.
I love that.
and we're in,
I love
You
that.
bet.
and we're in. It's
He
in.
should have, as he should have. Anything else? We ready to wrap this up?
No.
Brought to you by House of Havoc Podcasting, Stay Thirsty, Justin Chop Shop with West End Beach and Center Riches, and Dino Skate Park. Peace out.
Stay tuned.